Hi guys, thanks for joining me, thanks for watching another video, and today's video we're looking at Camp Reasoner, Da Nang. This is a combat base of the United States Marine Corps from during the Vietnam War, and to find it now, well, it is a bit of a mission, if not an impossibility in some respects. It is located just outside Da Nang. It's going to take you about 15 minutes to get there in a taxi or a grab. Once you get there, you're going to have to rely on your wit and maybe the help of a taxi driver who might be able to help you. The location mark there is the only reference really to how you're going to find Camp Reasoner. We grabbed a taxi. The taxi guy is very helpful. We got in a taxi and he drove us to the location. He didn't know anything about where we were going. He just said, I'm going to go to that location and see what we can find. He was very, very helpful. When we got there, he didn't stop to try and find the location itself. The actual location is a stone quarry, so it now is being taken over. It is under works. Everything is kind of just not what it was 60 years ago, so it is a completely different environment. So Camp Reasoner, it was named after Frank Reasoner, United States Marine Corps First Lieutenant. He was killed in action on a combat patrol, and the camp basically was named after him. He was a Medal of Honor winner, and the camp was in memory of Lieutenant Reasoner. The camp itself was billeted. It was quite a big camp based on Hill 327 overlooking Da Nang. It was home, as I say, to the 3rd Marine Reconnaissance Battalion, and then later in the war to the 1st Marine Reconnaissance Battalion. Freedom Hill was another name given to it, but ideally it was known as Camp Reasoner. As you can see here, this is the picture from 1967 blending in now to now as you see it today. So the view is the same, but obviously the actual outcome is a little different. It's more built up. Vietnam has changed in that 60 years. It's not as it used to be, but obviously you can still see parts of what was Camp Reasoner. The sign is still there, and also there is a Marine Corps sentry point as well. Most of it, all of it, is a stone quarry. I believe the stone quarry is owned by the Vietnamese government, so I'm not sure if you're allowed to go there. I decided to go there with a taxi driver. We didn't get stopped or hassled, and we were able to find the sign. It did take us a while. It is buried, it is in undergrowth, it is in shrubs, and it was hard to find. The taxi guy really helped us. Basically behind a fence, behind all this foliage, was the sign, Camp Reasoner. You can still make out the Swift, Silent, Deadly, the skull and crossbones. It is still all on there. It's the exact sign that was there from 60 years ago. The other remaining part was the sentry post as well. That still stands. Everything else is gone. These items or structures or parts of history stand on the precipice of a stone quarry. They are literally on the edge. They're not going to be around much longer. The Marine Corps sentry hut has still got the eagle and the globe and the anchor on the front of it. You can still see it. It is still there. And the sentry hut is the original from the actual camp. It was right at the very entrance. It was the first thing that was there when you went into Camp Reasoner itself. So as I say, you can still see the anchor and the globe on the front of it. That's quite special, you know. I think to see that still is quite amazing. But like I say, it is very hard to find. The Vietnamese government, as I say, don't want to give up either of these items to the Americans. They don't see it as anything other than a Vietnamese war trophy. I know the Americans want it back, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. It's either going to just get knocked down and it's going to be disappeared forever, or the Vietnamese are going to keep it there. But I think with the work that's going on, it's just going to disappear. It's going to go. As I say, it is on the edges of a water and the actual stone quarry. There's so much work's going on that it's just not going to be there. I was so glad that I found the sign. I was so glad that I was able to kind of locate it. You know, after 20 minutes, I did start to think, am I ever going to find it? But eventually we did, and I'm so glad we did. A piece of history right there, literally a piece of history from 60 years ago. A United States Marine Corps camp, the only thing left. Guys, thank you so much for watching. For any veterans that are watching, I hope this has brought back some memories for you. Thanks so much, guys. As I say, like and subscribe if you like the video. More coming up. This one's a special one, military special as such on this one. Guys, thanks very much. See you in the next video coming up soon. Thanks. Goodbye.